It is the 3rd of November. Rabbi Levitt, Gomorrah. In progress. Okay, so let's see here. Did Rabbi Cedric give you the charts that he made?
Made charts. Wow. The truth is I spoke to Rabbi Fairman last night and he gave me his phone number, but I was just too wiped out to speak to him. I was trying to whatever. So I didn't manage to speak to him. So he made charts.
Yeah, so maybe
Wow.
I should send them to you.
Sure.
If
Wow.
I can find them. Let's see. Cedric.
Morning, Phil. Shalom
Good morning.
Aleichem.
Shalom, always.
All right. So you can, so therefore I have no idea where you're holding over here. So did you get to, where'd you get to?
We got to Hey Zion, Ahmed Base.
Oh, wow. Really?
About 1/3 into the fat lines.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, here's Alan Marcus coming in. Okay, everybody's here.
Oh, Alan's here. Thought he
Alan's
wasn't
here.
going to be. Good.
Okay, so
Welcome back.
thank you. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem. I heard Birkas Kohanim today.
Well,
Haven't heard it in 2 weeks.
Hmm.
All right.
We didn't have Birkas Kohanim, even though there was a Kohan present, because he was still davening Shemona Esrei by the time it was right in the middle of it, nowhere near the end, by the time the Kahila got to it.
Oh, really? Said we got all the way down to Pei Zion Amid Base, towards the bottom of the page. So we'll go from there. Wherever, whatever.
So the
Where-
first one on the line is Miyad.
Miad? Yeah, I got it.
We're up. It says Key Kaw. Or Amre Key Kaw.
Okay, so
Then it says
Amre.
Embassy Mind.
Yeah. Right. So let's see. That sounds like an answer. The Gomorrah is answering something.
Right, we're talking about the situation where the daughter is injured and she gets and the assailant has to pay and does it go to the father? Does it go to the daughter?
Ah,
And it has to do with whether the father supports the daughter or not.
okay. Let's see here. Oh, uh-huh. Oh, I see. You're really mamish right in the middle. Okay, fine. All right. Okay,
why-
so let's go.
The chart, that's why he made the chart, because it's very tricky. There's two Bryces. There's a Mishnah, and then they bring two different Bryces. And then now they're going back and forth between the Bryces to explain the Mishnah.
Oh boy, really? Okay. Okay. Okay, so who wants to start reading? Amre. Now I was looking at a different Amre further up, but this is the Amre by the
The second
Amre
column?
Kapid, Mide de Chassid.
Phil, I think we got to mute you.
Yeah, well, that's just an ambulance going by. Let's see if it stops. Still pass. Is it
Oh,
okay now?
ambulance going by. Oh, that sounds like Brooklyn. Wow. Ambulances, airplanes, sirens. Got a lot of excitement over there.
Yeah, it's quiet now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amre, who would like to lead off the Amre? Alan.
Okay, is that the one in the second column?
It's the very top of page 87B3.
Right. So we're doing the left side or the right side?
Left side, very top.
Oh, okay. The Gomorrah answers. Amre, they said, Kikor, Korfir. When does a father mind if a child takes the loss of employment payment? The midi, the car corsair, when it concerns something that causes him a financial loss. But midi, the orsor, more. However, when it concerns something that comes from the outside, low corpure, he does not mind. Gomorrah objects. Vahor, but Seor, but there is in this case a found object. Dema or more, Korosi, Vahu, which comes to the children from the outside. Bakor, Korpir, and yet the father minds if they keep it. The more advises the criteria for determining the father's attitude. Amre, they said, Rav the core say, Lahu may or more regarding a prophet that comes to such children from the outside. Delay, Lahu, Sarua, the who far who, but be nor, and concerning that which they had no physical pain, Korpi, father minds it if he keeps it. Or regarding compensation for an injury, the is lahu, concerning which they had physical pain, more or more, lahu, and it came to them from the outside. Lo kopi, he does not mind if they keep it.
Mhm. So that would mean that if they are getting payment for one of the 5 payments, then the father would not be makpid if they keep the payment. Even now, the fact that he's not makpid would indicate that really according to the strict letter of the law, it belongs to the father. But he's not makpid. I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't speak. Okay. Not sure. Because what's the difference whether he's makpid or he's not makpid?
I think we're talking specifically about loss of employment.
Oh, payment for a loss of employment.
Yeah, because he's entitled to her paycheck.
Okay. So that's what I was saying. In other words, really, from the strict letter of the law, he should be getting it, because he gets all of he's entitled to her earnings. So if she's going to get payment because of loss of earnings, so that should by rights go to the father. So why is there a question about the matter? But so what we're saying is that true in a case where they find something in the street, they didn't. That's a different matter. Came from the Alma, didn't come from their own efforts, and it also it did not. They didn't have to suffer anything in order to pick it up off the ground where it was lying there, hefker. And so on that, he insists on his rights, that he should get the profit of the lost article that's now hefker. But over here, when the child suffered a chavola, and there was Sarah de Gufayu, and also me'alma ka'asi lahu, it came from others. So on that, he's not so makpid that he should receive it. So therefore, what does that mean? That it's not gezel? Oh, Roy wants to come in. Sorry, Roy. Now Roy's calling me on the phone. Yes, Roy, I just looked up to see that you're trying to get in. Oh, now he's... Okay, fine. Okay.
Roy,
So-
you're muted.
Roy is muted.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay,
might happen
welcome
again. It might happen again.
Okay, so we are... So that's where we got up to over here. So the Gomorrah is distinguishing between a finding of an article, and that the father's not makpid to receive the proceeds, but the chavala that causes loss of employment, that is makpid. That's what we said, or is it the other way around? It's the other way around. Okay. The lost, when they find the Metzia, he's not makpid that they keep that. But in terms of the chavala, even though he's not makpid about that. Not makpid. Because they were the ones that, so to speak, had the tsar, the gufa, and it came me'acherim, and it's So in other words, even though he's really the one who's entitled to their wages, but that's the whole point. Even though he's entitled, he's not going to demand it. So what's the question is whether the child is obligated to give over the proceeds to the parent? That's what we want to know.
Mhm.
Yes,
So we're saying,
Yeah, we were talking about that.
okay. So since in this case with the Chavola, the father's not makbid, so therefore the child is not obligated to give over the payment of the shevis for workers' comp to the parent, even though he certainly is, according to the strict letter of the law, he's entitled to receive that payment. Okay, now we got up to V'hahasam, and we call upon Roy to continue the reading. V'hahasam. First word in the line is lahu. About 8 lines from the bottom of the page.
Is that 87B3?
three, left-hand column, last paragraph.
Right, oh, right, thank you. So, there in the case of a minor girl, Isla Sa'ara de Gulfo, where she has physical pain, physical pain, ma'alama ka'asei la, and the prophet came to her from the outside. What's that mean? The kafid, and yet the father minds if she keeps the payment up for her injury. Dukotana, for the first brisa taught, the law odd, and not only that, Elo Efilo, Acharim Shechavlo, but others who came wounded her. But others who wounded her, Chavin Litan La'avi, are obligated to give compensation to her father. What's that? Face a minor girl which has physical pain. What's it mean? The prophet came to her from the outside. It wasn't.
She didn't earn it.
Oh, she didn't earn it.
Right. The money came not from her efforts, but from the payment that was made by the assailant. So here we see I guess it's one of the brises that we've been speaking about. And it seems that the brisa says specifically in regard to this case that we were speaking about, that in fact, chayavin litain avia, she is obligated to give this payment to the father. So, if so, how could we say that the father is not makpid, and that that she's not obligated to give it to him? Seems from this brisa that he surely is makpid, and she is obligated to give it to him. So the next step, the Gomorrah is gonna Amre. The next Amre.
Mhm.
Oh, do we have any Rashi, by the way? Bimidi the Chaser Bay. Yeah, we have two Rashis that we missed from previous a few lines that we've already read. So maybe we should take care of these Rashis. They're the last two Rashis on the page. So Lou will take one, and Phil can take the other one, maybe.
The Hare Metzia, that
That's the second one. What's the one before that? Start with the one before that.
Second line above it, third line above it, at the end of it.
The Midei the Chaser.
Midei the Chaser Bay, that he suffers a loss. Mamona of money, kagon, for example, Hecha de Chaval Ba'u. For example, there was an injury. Ihu the Nema lay Anan Zil Shilem. There was an injury, and we say that he must go and pay.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what he means.
Well, it's the concept of it coming from an outside source. Somebody else has to pay. He's not paying, he's getting it from someplace else.
What does that have to do with the fact that the father has a loss?
Maybe the Chaser Bay Mamona is going to be Chaser to him. It's going to be missing money. Why? Could go Hecha the Chaval Bahu Ihu. For example, in a case where I guess the son or the daughter, whoever, it sounds like the son, the Chaval Bahu Ihu, he himself was Hovel in another person. In other words, he caused an injury to another person.
So the son injured another person?
Yeah. So that's Midi de Chaser Bay. That would be something that he's now going to be missing money as a result of this the thing that happened over here.
He's
He's
the
chayav
son
to
or he's the
pay.
father?
The father is chayav to pay for the son.
Oh, the father's going to have to pay for the son. Because otherwise, if the son has to pay for it, why does that affect the father?
The father's responsible.
Until what age?
Well, we said yesterday, in the case of I think of any of the children, as long as they were at the father's table, as long as the father was looking after them, providing for them, then
No matter what the age,
yeah.
doesn't matter. So if they're playing baseball and they break the neighbor's window,
Yes.
so the father has to pay for the son's breakage.
Well, what is it? Why does it say Anu Zil Shalim? We go and pay. Who's we?
But the name Le Anan. Zil Shlim. Anan is us, that we would say to him, name Le Anan. We would say to him, go and pay.
Who's him?
The father.
We would say to the father, go and pay. Therefore, the father is suffering a loss of money.
Yeah. But how this fits in actually to the whole story over here, I can't. I'm gonna have to learn up this Gomorrah a little bit. Can't tell you exactly how where it fits in over here.
Right.
I see you're deep into a subject over here, where you got to know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, it is pretty deep and pretty complex.
Wow. All right. Very good. Okay. Let's. So that's the midi the kochaser. Kiko kopid is makpid. The midi the kochaser. That's gonna cause where he's going to be makpid. In the event that he's going to be sustaining an out-of-pocket loss, I guess. B'midi de'aseh alma lo kapid. Gomorrah says, but something which is coming as a profit from the outside, such as then he would not be makpid about that. I'm really not sure. It's I'm not sure at all. Yeah. Okay. I'm not. This is an answer to a question, which if you don't know the question, you got to be a navi to try to figure out what the answer is. Answering. Okay. Anyway, let's read the next Rashi. V'harei Metzia. More asks, but what about the case of Metzia, of finding a Metzia?
Found object. Okay, the Tanan that it was taught.
Metzia.
Bishanim Ochsin. So that's the name of the parak in Bava Metzia Daf Yud Beis on Beis. Mitziat b'no ubito. So if the son and his daughter found something, a katanim, his bito katanim, and they're minor people. Hari elu, behold, these are shalom, they're theirs. But ukamina, and we establish katan there. Gadol. But if an adult does it, the smuch al shulchano, and he relies on his table, which means he's getting sustenance in the house, even like an adult who is still at the father's house is still considered like a katana. Zehu katana, he's considered a katan.
Yeah. So the
dependent adult is considered like a child as far as the rules are concerned.
Right. So it doesn't matter really whether he is a bar mitzvah, even if he is a bar mitzvah. That doesn't make him regarded for this halacha as a gadol. What matters is whether he's being supported by the father. If he's still being supported by the father, even after his bar mitzvah, so he has the status is in regard to this halacha as a katan. And what's the halacha that we're talking about? Whether when this bar mitzvah, he's walking along the street and he finds $100, finds a $200 a nice blue one. Those nice blue ones, light blue, 200, it says on them. So who does it belong to? Hare Elu Shalo. Whether the son finds it, whether the daughter finds it, Hare Elu Shalo. It belongs to him. Who's him?
Bava.
The father. Belongs to the father. So the child has to give it to the father. Okay. So there's a case where the father, I guess, is makpid, and therefore the halacha is that the child is required to give it to the father if the father is supporting the child, even if the child is over the age of bar mitzvah. I don't know what the Lamaisa, what is done today, whether that's done, like it says in the Gomorrah, whether the child gives it to the father, I don't know.
Would that be even if the child is 20, 30, 40 and still being supported by his father?
The Rashi doesn't give any age limits. He just says the child is a gadol. If the child is a gadol, so that means he's bar mitzvah and over. How much over is he? Doesn't matter. If he's samach al shulchano, zeu katan. That's the katan that for this halacha we're saying hare elu shelo. The this $200 shekel note belongs to the father. The son's not allowed to keep it. Okay. Now, as I say, what that has to do with the Gomorrah over here, that's another matter. But that's what Rashi is telling us from this Gomorrah in Bava Metzia. That's the case that the Gomorrah is deducing its support from. And in that case, oh, but our Gomorrah says he's not makpid. This is a 200 shekel note he picked up off the street over there, and ma'al maka'asi. This is a revach. It's a profit that it came from ma'al. It came from some other place. Came from another place. What's the significance of the fact that it came from another place? It seems like the difference is because it's not like the case where the son got this profit that was at the expense of the father. The father didn't lose out anything. As a result of this thing over here. And so therefore the Gomorrah says he's not makpid. Or rather, I'm sorry. In fact, he is makpid. Even, in other words, even though he didn't have any loss, didn't take a loss. Okay. We'll fine. All right, so we have 3 minutes over here. So let's go back to the Gomorrah. Let's go back to the Gomorrah. And so we had a question. The Gomorrah brought the Brisa. The Brisa says, wait a second, we got a case in the Brisa where it was a case of Tsar de Gufa, and the father is makpid, and we learn that even if somebody else was chovel, the child has to give the money for the chavola to the father. The payment that the assailant gives to the child, it goes to the father. That cannot remain with the child. Okay, so let's see what the Gemara answers to that. Amre Hassam Gavra Kapdonahu. Anybody got the place that we could read? Wants to read it from?
All right. Omre Chosam the Gavara Kafdana who there where he is an innately begrudging person, Raha ein Shemuchin al Shalif no Shalchana, for indeed his children are not dependent on his table. Afilu Kamidi, no, Bimidi to Asay Lahu Ma'alama Kofid. The father even minds they're taking something that comes to them from the outside. Delayu Gavara Kovarona Hu. But here in the second brisa, where he isn't a begrudging person, Dehar Samuchin al Shulchano, for his children are dependent on his table. Ki Kafid of when the father minds they're taking a profit, Kamidi de Hasa lay is when they take something that causes him a direct financial loss. Kamidi Ra'ati Lahu Ma'alama La Kofid. However, he does not mind they're taking something that comes to them from the outside. That's if he's not begrudging.
So if he's not begrudging, lo kapid, so it would be given to the child and not to the not to the father. Okay, very good. So, Bezos Hashem, we'll try to go further over here tomorrow.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, Bezos Hashem, we'll continue. Everybody have a great day today.
You too. Bye-bye.
All the best.
Thank you and welcome back again.
Thank you.
Alan?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to make it today at 4 o'clock.